Hello. It has been a while, hasn't it? And some of you have got in touch to ask why I've not been posting as much content recently. And I'm going to do a general kind of channel update to fill in some of those blanks. But I will assure you now there is nothing dramatic or kind of even vaguely interesting behind the reasons why. They're all kind of boring practical reasons, and the main one is the room I'm sitting in right now, which is my attic in my house, which is where I have recorded every episode, I think, of the show. And it's just been out of bounds because we have been renovating our house, and this was the very last place to be finished, and the work was delayed, and it was a nightmare, frankly. The ceiling collapsed when we thought it was kind of in relatively good condition, and we thought it was just kind of a patch-up job, but it turned out to be the opposite. So I've not really been able to use this place, and most people would think, well, just record somewhere else, but I live in a terraced house. It's very difficult to find anywhere that's quiet. And also the way I do the show is kind of awkward and protracted and kind of like very kind of broken up into small pieces. And I need somewhere that I can kind of pop in and out of at my own leisure. It's not like I can kind of book a podcast recording studio for an hour and just kind of blitz through it. That's kind of not how I do it, which is a shame because that would be really, really easy. So yeah, that's been the primary obstacle to actually getting content out. That since June, I've not actually had anywhere to record and make the show. And on top of all that, I've had some kind of tumultuous family slash personal stuff going on, which everyone is fine and it's all under control. So it's all good. You don't have to worry. It just took up a lot of energy, and I feel in a way that the space being out of commission and not being able to record was a little bit of a blessing, actually, because I don't really think I would have been able to focus fully on doing the episodes and getting stuff out as best as I could. But I'm back now, and I have this wonderful space, complete with standard issue streamer lighting and board game collection backdrop to make some more content for you. And I've got some cool stuff coming. Next week, I have what I can only describe as my weirdest ever episode of the Starforge campaign. I've done some of it. I'm going to finish it in the next couple of days. I'm really excited to see how people respond to it because it's very much unlike any other episode I've ever done. So yeah, I hope you'll enjoy that. And now, because I've got this space here with a nice new camera and lighting and everything, I'm hoping to do a lot more video stuff, a lot more kind of on-camera stuff. And the first of those things is going to be my last How to Ironsworn kind of 101 series with a very special guest, recording that this weekend. I'm very excited about that. And then I'm going to be doing a regular kind of video podcast, which is going to be more generally about TTRPGs rather than specifically about Ironsworn or Starforged. And I think this is all forming part of my gradual transition of where this channel is going to go when my Starforged campaign wraps up, because honestly, I am so thrilled that people have taken to my story of Luna, Archer and Griff and their adventures. And I love so much that people have followed along the story and are kind of invested in it. But I can't play Starforged forever, as much as it's my favorite game and I love it deeply. If I played it indefinitely, I would kind of grow to resent it. And I don't want to do that because it's kind of perfect for me. But the problem is that when I speak to people who like my channel, who watch all my content, and I ask them what they want from it, they just want more Starforged, which is really difficult. So it's going to be kind of like a balancing act of like where I go after the campaign wraps up, and what that looks like and what the channel is going to be like when all that ends. It's a tricky tightrope to walk, and it's going to be fun kind of finding out, but also quite scary. So you might see some content over the next few months which is different. or focused on different systems, and it would be cool to know if that's the kind of thing you're into. And of course, there's Sundered Isles on the horizon, the next expansion for Starforged, and I'll definitely be playing that. I'll hopefully be streaming some of it. This setup I've got now is perfect for streaming, and I really enjoyed the live stream we did for the sector creation a few months ago. That was really fun. So you will be seeing some more different things from me, and hopefully some of them will work, and hopefully some of you who are just in it for the Starforged will stick around. So whilst I've not been making content for the channel, it's not like I've not been making anything at all. If you are after a fix of my stupid voice talking, then I can direct you to a new podcast I've been part of called Dead Dove, where my wonderful friend Georgie takes me by the hand and leads me through the murky, bizarre, and weirdly beautiful world of fan fiction. And from a perspective of someone who was deeply cynical about fan fiction and knew absolutely nothing about fan fiction, it's a wild ride, and it goes to some very, very weird, deeply strange places. But it's been hugely fun. It's been one of the most fun things I've ever been a part of. I'll put links to that show in the description. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts. But if you haven't already got on that, then I recommend you do, because it's a blast. So that's it. I am now back, and I am able to crack on with making some more stuff for the channel. And I just want to say thanks to everyone for bearing with me, and especially to my patrons for their eternal patience and understanding. I'll be back with the campaign next week, I promise. But until then, it is farewell and safe passage.